Hello and welcome back to Epic 40, powered by Intel, and we're getting ready to kick off with Group 3 straight away, Raptors versus Genetexe. It's going to be a quick turnaround. Tim, they're in the server, they're ready to go. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. There's a massive shared map pool between these two teams. Overpass historically has been Raptors' best map, and Genetexe, we know they only like two maps, Nuke and Overpass. So Overpass it is. This is going to be a brawl between these two teams on the best maps, and there's great upset potential as we've seen in last Epic LAN, if I remember rightly, these two teams faced. At least the cores of them did. And it was a close game. But I believe the Raptors core came out on top. Either way, this is a completely different situation. You've got two different players on Genetexe, and then on top of that, Raptors are coming in with a much more solidified team, and they've got Adam 9130 coming in as a stand-in for that IGL of Zodi.
Yeah, if you're going to pick a stand-in from the UK scene for your IGL, Adam's is a great choice. 100%. He's been around, super experienced, super tenured, played at that high level. Is able to
played
drop
with
in.
the team before. They played in the ESL UK qualifier. They used Adam as a stand-in, and I have to say they looked incredible with him together. They played really well. We're going to show the vetoes up quickly, just so you're all aware of how the veto actually went down. Anyone wanting to try and anti-strap, pick apart these teams. Yeah, here's the veto coming in. Vertigo ban, obviously Inferno as well for Raptors. These bans all make sense. The maps which they don't like.
Yep.
Oh, we've got Inferno on there twice. That's a bit of a mistake. But and Anubis. But either way, Overpass Decider, that's what matters. The rest of the maps have been banned out, simple as you like.
Yeah, I was chatting to Kika earlier. He said he's a chief hater at this event. He just wants to ruin good teams and good players' day. So he obviously clearly is chief hating on Inferno and Anubis as well. But I think we're I think we're ready to kick things off. I don't think we need to wait around anymore because these guys are ready to go, and I think this is going to be an absolute banger of a matchup.
Definitely, and as we go into the game, I'm just going to mention that what we spoke to the teams beforehand, at least spoke to Stop It and Kika from Genetexe. And one of the key things they were speaking of, as you mentioned, Kika saying he's a chief hater. He knows that teams hate losing to him, players hate having close games against him, because for some reason they find it embarrassing. So he loves to play into that and tilt them. And Stop It also, he's a player who loves to play the psychological games. Just say, oh, someone's got some sort of weakness or insecurity, he's going to pick apart that one. And he spoke about that, and he's saying he's going to try and get into the heads of the Raptors players and just try and tilt them off the face of the earth, which is a fair strategy, considering we know that the players on Raptors have got temperamental personalities, or have had them in the past. But I think in terms of this core line of Raptors have really matured together, and a lot of the issues from the personalities we've seen, they've been able to overcome them, or at least push them aside, and we've seen them have success. I don't know if we've already mentioned, they won ESL UK Premiership. They beat Endpoint. They're the #1 team in the UK, statistically speaking, right now, especially according to Master Finn's spreadsheet.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to kick things off straight away. Raptors are on the CT side. We've got 5 sets of Kevlar, Tim. It's going to be a brawl. T side, Kika has a PT50, a smoke, and a flash. Going to be kicking things off quite early with a fairly aggressive push into Playground. And they are going to hold, wait for a bit of aggression.
Yeah, just playing things slow, waiting to see if there's any aggression coming in from Raptors. The Raptors playing things, actually I say aggression coming in from Raptors, they're pretty confident. They've come in from behind. All 5 players now going in for the fight for the brawl. iFan takes down one, but Awaken gets traded in the process. And they fall back. Look at the rotations here from Raptors.
Yeah, so far it's 1 for 1, and now Genetexe are going to take this control into Monster. iFan spots them, backs away again, just retreating, falling back, firing off a few shots. Here in barrels, they've got to play it baited in. Genetexe straight onto the bomb site. They've actually got that kill. Hard cleared, yeah, perfect. BMS taking a lot of deep space, but MMS and Regan come in from short.
Yeah, Genetexe, they just seem to try and take the fights into the short, but there's 3 players coming in. Now they've got this one-man advantage, the retake in a high possibility scenario here. Regan taking the frag onto BMS, it's just Tom left.
There it is. Pistol round, going the way of Raptors. Strong start.
Easy as you like.
Defuse is going to come through. 1-0 Raptors. Starting off strong, starting as they mean to go on.
It's a strong start. Again, Overpass is a very CT-sided map with CS2 coming into it. A lot of people have been saying it feels a lot more T-sided. You've got the Pika's advantage. You've also got the CT economy. There's a lot of small factors which seem to be going into the T-side's favour, despite, again, Overpass being a much more CT-sided map.
The thing is here as well, though, Genetexe, they've got that bomb plant, which means their buy is basically just as good as Raptors in this round. They've got 3 Galils, 2 Mac-10s, a bit of utility, and they're heading straight towards the B-bomb site. It looks like they've got a set play in mind. Flashbang is going to deter them for a little bit, and the smoke deep will disrupt.
iFan, MMS and Regan, the B-side defenders. They're going to be taking short control, which Trouto lying in wait here. The pop comes on in and Regan finds perfect timing, catches Stop It off guard as they push into the side. There's one player lying in wait. It's MMS. Regan managed to find a double kill. It's just even during 3 versus 2, but the rotation comes on in. Regan's still fighting. In fact, he's going to quad up. That's a 4K. It's just Gil left in the 1 versus 3. Regan's still hunting for him. He's going to look to the left. Gil location reveal now in the 1 versus 2. Going to isolate these fights, but only be able to see the legs of Adam. Finishes him off. Raptors 2-0.
Yeah, there's a chance there for Gil. The 2 CT players in completely different positions, Heaven and on Monster. Potential for him to isolate these 1v1s. Unfortunately, those angles, not great on Monster.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward sometimes fighting.
Especially when you're shooting someone's legs with the Galil as well. A lot of players, I say a lot of players, some players still neglect the Galil spray pattern and don't practice it as much as they should. And in reality, it's a really strong weapon as soon as you learn that spray pattern. Yeah,
incredibly useful. It's just going to be down to pistols for genetexe on this round. 5 Deagles, bit of Kevlar on Kika, Chief Hater himself, but it will be Gil to open things up with a nice 1 Deag onto Adam in mid. Man advantage for genetexe. See how Raptors look to recover this. A HE grenade's going to do a lot of damage. And things start to settle a little bit. There's a push on long. BMez has managed to take quite a lot of space here.
Yeah, this is a real weak sore spot here for Raptors. They made a really strong rotation based off the information. They've in fact gambled completely off of the B-bomb site. We've got 2 players up in toilets, 1 on the A site, and a retake setup. Ivan just playing Havoc. Going for these Deagle pot shots, see if he can land a lucky headshot. Try and get things into their favor. Again, Raptors just happy to hold in the setup they have. Really unorthodox one. Stop It forward here in the toilets. genetexe going to start grouping up. But again, a really informed rotation for Raptors. They've got 3 players lying in wait. Awaken's going to strike with this MP9 and Stop It. A lovely Deagle headshot. Bmez going to come in to clean things up with Regan. Just Bmez left. Grouping up in the toilets around his fallen comrade.
His location's now revealed as well, so Raptors can react. You see they're getting ready for a double peek here. MMS just holding left click and swinging the angle, not even stopping moving. Gets that kill. 3 players survive for the Raptors. Bit of damage done. It's going to force those reinvestments. It's going to bring Awaken and Adam down fairly low.
And crucially, Awaken didn't farm much cash on that MP9, so he's not going to be able to afford an AWP yet. And the AWP can completely change how the CT side of Overpass is played, especially over towards A. genetexe are going to be able to play the Craig game, play the contacts, not have to worry about an AWP in this one. And you can see it looks, I was about to say it looked like they were going to go for heavy A, but no, they're going to send 3 players out towards B on this default, which is prime opportunity as Raptors. They've started 3 towards A themselves. AAA setup, 1 player going in towards connector to hold down those rotations. MMS now, that rotate player going back towards the B site by the looks of things.
Gil going to drop a flashbang to clear party out. Raptors are still pushed up quite far, so there's potential for quite a nasty surprise for Trouto if he peeks this corner.
All things slow. We've got 1 minute 14 on the clock, and plenty of util has been used from genetexe. They've gained very little ground off it. They've barely worked any toilets control, no mid, nothing long. Only just now are they starting to work connector. They don't have anything on short. On top of that, they've already lost a player in the form of Trouto, who went down towards middle. And with this man advantage, Raptors are happy to fall all the way back. They're playing passive on this A site, jump spotting towards Bank is Awaken, and stacking 3 players back over towards their B site. Yeah,
shifting that CT defense around. The wild thing to me is looking at this mini-map for the Ts. This default, I'd expect them to be here by 1 minute 30.
Yeah.
Only just now are they starting to breach that threshold into toilets.
Yeah, playing quite hesitant, waiting for that aggression, hoping that Raptors give them something, but if anything, they're just wasting their time.
Yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock. Kika trying to fade a smoke in Monster. Flashbang's going to come in. It's perfect, a double swing. Regan gets 1. Gil is able to take down Ifan, but exactly that information. 3 versus 4. Regan continuing to get kills. This time traded out. 2 on 3 now. Stop It. Bmez left to clutch up. 10 seconds left on the clock. Name of the game is going to be preventing the plant here for Raptors, and there it is. They swing in. Kills come in synchronicity. They get 4th.
Yeah, very simple rotation there from Raptors. As I mentioned, there was very little presence over towards A from genetexe. Raptors consequently were happy to play towards the back of the site. And they knew that for genetexe, if they wanted to go towards A, they had to take that map control, and they had to make noise in doing so. They couldn't cleanly just walk up dry, especially with how timidly they were playing. Therefore, they can just stack that B site, play retake A. And now genetexe back down to pistols. We've got a couple of upgrades from Deagles, or even a Mac 10 in the hands of Bmez. Bmez yet to frag so far. And, okay, so now they've got pistols, they're going a little bit faster. 2 players going fast up towards the connector. Oh my goodness. Bmez, he's taking so much ground long, but no trade potential. Completely split up. Adam managed to find the frag.
Yeah, he's got a double. And they can just pick off these 1v1 fights. A bit of an extended spray, missed. HE grenade should finish the job. He can chip down. Trouto. Oh, he's missed an entire magazine, Tim. It's not good. He's been mowed down by MMS, who again is holding left click. He's got to finish things off with a deagle. That's not good.
Oh dear, that's embarrassing for genetexe. So when they've got pistols, they've got nothing to lose. So they decide to go aggressive, they decide to be assertive, but they're not playing together whatsoever. Even if you're on pistols, even if you're on what you would consider a throwaway round, you still need to have the fundamentals to trade, to get those frags, to actually, well, play together, just in general. You're giving them free fights in the greater weapon arena, 1v1, and M4's going to beat a deagle 9 times out of 10.
This is a better round for genetexe, though. They've got full utility, they've got full rifles here, but it's an early dink and an early elimination as well. Regan taking down Beamez. It's an absolute bloodbath. Regan with a 3K straight off the bat, down connector, 1 kill, swings out short, that's another 2.
Incredibly decisive round there. Raptors choosing to go aggressive in the central point of the map. Connect to the rotation part for the T's. They take the fight, and they took it together. That's one thing to know. It's even if Regan doesn't get that triple kill, there's a player to back up and trade him.
Gillen stop it, reeling. Gills managed to get an advanced position, taking down Adam, traded out immediately by Awaken. Stop it now in a 1 versus 4, working his way up onto Party. He needs to pop off with these balloons to get genetexe around here.
He's slowly being cornered though. MMS has pushed deep through monsters, clearing out T-spawn slowly and slowly. Well, as time ticks by, the process of elimination, there's less places that Stop It could be hiding in.
Regan being so controlled as well with the way he's peeking here. Stop It is going to slip the net. IFAN will pick up the kill though. 6-0, it's a clean start for Raptors, and they're not showing any signs of slowing down.
Yeah, this is very clean. It's almost like they've not lost a player in the last couple rounds at all. I know the last 2 rounds they hadn't. The most amount of deaths is Adam on 3, and you're 6-0 up. MMS has only died once. Regan is up to 13 kills. This is an absolute storming game from him.
And I'm pretty sure most of MMS's kills have been running and shooting as well. He's been absolutely having a whale of a time. Running in and swinging, Stop It, going aggressive. Dodges the flashbang, closes the distance with the UMP, unable to quite land the shots, but Kika comes in with a headshot. Nice trade, equalising the numbers. Awaken next up, and he's been absolutely wiped out by Trouto in the toilets. So man advantage now for genetexe.
Yeah, actually playing together now, going for the trades, and this is what I'm talking about. You brawl up, play together, but the full rotation in for Raptors, and on top of that, an information peek from Regan. He lines up 2. Regan is hitting some unbelievable shots right now.
I don't know how he's managed that. And now Gil up on the bomb side, manages to catch IFAN. This rotation from MMS though, look at him, he's holding his nerve, he's holding the crosshair, gets 1, gets 2, 7-0, Raptors still on top, despite taking a bit of damage.
And this is where it comes into it. So we've got that adaptation, we've got that change coming in for genetexe. They've decided to brawl up, play fast, play the numbers, play the trade game, because that's completely what they've been lacking in the previous 6 rounds. You see that come in, and it works for them. They have that man advantage. But then, the brilliant rotations coming from Raptors, MMS getting that information along, clears it out. Regan, with the heroics, multi-kill, sets up MMS perfectly to be completely overlooked up towards long, shoots them in the back. I mean, genetexe, it was a really nice attempt, but again, a little bit too simple. Now you've got to add that extra layer, play with the rotations a bit once you've got that advantage. They've
called in a tactical timeout now, and I'd like to have seen this a bit sooner. They're 7-0 down, we're already past the halfway point in this half. And they're only just now using their first timeout after this has been a complete stomp so far. But at least they've called it. They've still got a chance to turn this half around. 7-5 is possible. But it's going to have to be flawless round from here on out.
They have the money because last round was pretty much a half buy, so they decided to go with buy what they could, keeping enough for this round. But again, the crucial mistake with last round was rushing A on overpass. It's such a long way to go that the rotation comes in. So even if you do get that opening, you've got to then reset it. Otherwise, you're going to be overwhelmed. That's exactly what happened.
Early shield control.
And we've got the AWP coming in for Awaken. This is a change. Got a 2-for-1 trade coming out over towards the B site.
Ooh,
genetexe choosing to go towards that alternative site after having a little bit of success towards A.
Regan runs out of bullets. Kika picks up the kill, but it's a heavy cost. He's down to 9 HP. 3 on 3. 2 CTs on the B bomb site, and then we've got Awaken pushed up really far on A. Seems like a reposition here out of genetexe. They're going back towards middle.
Now, at the end of the day, in a 3 versus 3, this is yes, the numbers are even, but at the end of the day, CTs have to defend with less players. But Awakening is trying to get this information, and he strikes with that AWP, lands a shot onto Trouto, and he gets the information that there's 2 more players. The rotation's now going to come on in Raptors, so the trade is there. 2v2, all things reset because none of the Raptors players are close enough to assist Awaken. But the things that I think, Stop It's been baited into a false sense of security here. They've killed the A players, so they think, oh, A must be free. But again, because of how long it takes to get to that A site and how quick the rotations can come in for the CTs, if they go into A now, they're going to be facing MMS in a very strong shadow angle position where he'll have the advantage and definitely enable him for a multi-kill.
And the thing is, this approach as well that they're taking, they've got 1 player in toilets, 1 player working out long. Kika, yes, he has the AWP, but
there's no trade potential.
There's no trade potential, and ultimately that means Kika misses a shot, he gets swung, he dies, and there's nothing Stop It can do to stop it.
Quite literally.
Yeah, MS 10 seconds left on the clock. Kika needs to make his move.
MS has fallen back to a little bit more of a passive angle. And then Kika spotted his head. He's crouched behind the... Oh, what a disgusting. Can't he stop it off guard? And now with 4 seconds left, Kika, the round is lost. MMS with a lovely double kill. Raptors keeping a clean sheet so far here on Overpass.
Big scream coming out of the Raptors camp in that last round.
Yeah, keeping things loud.
I mean, you got to be feeling good about this, right? It's just about keeping it tight for the rest of the game. 8 rounds could quickly become an 8-4 half if you don't keep an eye on it. If you let your eye off the ball for just a second.
I think it's genetexe can't even see the ball.
No, that's true. They are quite far behind at the moment. And it looks like a B rush is in order. Kika dropping a few flashes. Ifan holding left plate spamming. He's already got 2 on the spray. Falls away for the reload. The counter flashes are beautiful. genetexe fully blind. And it allows Ifan to continue spraying away. He's picked up 4. Looking for the ace. It's denied by Kika. But Regan comes in, cleans up the job, 9-0.
That's a massive 4K for Ifan. He was on 2 kills before that round, and I've got him in my Epic Land Fantasy team. So that's really big for me.
I'm good. I'm glad.
Big 4K.
Yeah. Look at MMS's bankroll as well, 13,000. He would have been maxed out before he bought the utility.
He's been in the last 2 clutch scenarios. Again, he's only died once. He's 12-1. That's 12 KD for those who can't do good maths.
I appreciate it.
But 13k, he's got so much money they're going to be buying for the rest of the half. genetexe, they need to work. Well, they need to be on their knees pretty much.
The thing is with this buy as well, this looks even more desperate. They've got full AKs. Well, they've got 3 AKs, a Galil and a Tech 9. The utility is dire. They're sticking all their eggs in one basket looking for the save bomb site as well. And BMES just peeked solo. Yeah, his teammate's gone back to throw a bit of utility. He's swung on his own. Trade does come through, but then look, teammates there. Regan gets the kill on to stop it as soon as he's able to equalize the numbers. So now, man advantage, Raptors. And they've got info.
Yeah, they've got the information, the rotations come on in. They've completely left the B side. There's only 1 player near, and that's Ifan, who's about to come up towards Connector. And then Mess and Regan just going for a little peek. Catch Gil and Kika off guard. It's just Trouto now left in the 1 versus 4.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what it can work here. It's only the Galil. Dink down, eliminated. Regan picks up that kill. It's a clean 10-0 out of Raptors, Tim. We could be seeing another 13-0. We've already had one.
Yeah, this will be quite an impressive feat. And Regan's 21-4 already. He's absolutely farming. Now, I want to break down the style of play which is happening right now. So, the biggest weakness for genetexe, and I think they've identified this, is their poor trading. We even saw it there. So, to make up for their poor trading, they just shove more numbers into where they're taking these fights. So, in other words, they're playing 5-man Counter-Strike, all 5 players in the same spot. But Overpass is so big, when you play 5-man Counter-Strike, you then have to move and play with the rotation. The Raptors, they're rotating. They know it's 5-man Counter-Strike. As soon as they see 1 player, all the players rotate in, because they know the rest are going to be behind. Now we've got a fast play coming out with these pistols up connector.
But again, look how fast the rotation is.
Yeah, we've got 3 players on the A side.
Oh!
1 coming on the rotation. Lovely shot from Kika.
Let's see if he can double it up. A couple more of those, might just have a round, but MMS has something to say about it. 3K spray down, Awaken comes in for 1, easy round, another 11.
Just lying in wait there in that shadow angle, baited in perfectly by the player behind the truck. An 11-0, and despite, again, swarming with those Tech 9s, because they're playing 5-man Counter-Strike, yet they're not playing with rotations whatsoever, they just always walk into a stack. Because Raptors have the reads, because they know it's 5-man, and if they go towards B, they know it's B. If they go towards A, they know it's A. They're not moving through connector whatsoever, not playing the mid-rounds. Overpass is too big to close out rounds in the open.
Yeah, the thing is with, we've got an opening right here, double up setup, an adaption out of Raptors wasn't required, and they're going to go for it anyway in a boost. Yet another kill. Trouto, Gil, and Bimez left here in round 12 to try and prevent a flawless half out of Raptors, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Ifan with a kill onto Bimez.
Doesn't quite land the spray down with the AWP. There goes my fantasy points. But Gil and Trouto managed to get the trade. just Trouto left, and he gets finished off. A clean half. MMS doubling up to 19 kills. He's just behind Regan, but he's got a 19 KD. This is absurd scenes we're seeing, especially from these two players. Multi-kill after multi-kill.
Yeah, no, and you mentioned it perfectly. With Overpass being such a large map, you have to play with rotations. You have the option. Once you take Sewer, take Connector, you can go up, you can go down. If you get that bit of control, you can draw rotations all you want. But genetexe aren't doing it.
They've not even taken Be Short. They've not even taken that Sewer position you mentioned at all. They've not taken it once. Not successfully, at least.
Pistol round. Could be the last round we see out of genetexe here, so see if they can make it a good one. They have got 5 sets of Kevlar, similar to the play Raptors were going for. This time, Adam alone in the playground. I found with a smoke double flash, Kika there to be absolutely eliminated here.
Not clearing his corners. He's walking backwards.
I don't know what the I don't know what the plan was there. Bimez in Connector spots Adam, and he's gone down as well. Adam's selling this lurk so well that he's drawn a rotation off. Stop It's got the kill, but now the hit's going to come in on B. 4 players coming in through Monster. The flash is going to blind Trouto off, push him off the angle, allow Raptors to bear down into the bomb site and push forward past the site threshold into the pit.
And the thing is, the rotation is not joined up. They're only just now 2 players creeping up here towards CT, but with the numbers, it's going to be so easy to trade out.
Yeah, absolutely is. Gil here on short, tapping away with the P2000, unable to connect any of the shots. 2-man advantage now. It's just Gil left to try and save his team, and they're going in for the knife for the last kill. Of course they are. It's about to be a 13-0 for Raptors. Gil manages a couple, but
Awaken wants the frag. He finishes him off, doesn't want to risk letting it go down to a 1 versus 1, and Raptors will take it 13-0. Not a single round there for genetexe, the 2nd seed team in this group.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Raptors showing that they're here to play, that they mean business, which is good to see. I like to see teams showing up and performing.
Yeah, you want to see when teams come into it backed by an org, when they come in with at least the core of their lineup, 4 players, you don't want to see them being upset by mixes, no matter how good the individuals are, no matter how much chemistry that those mixes have. You want to see the stronger teams play the fundamentals, because at the end of the day, it's the fundamentals that reign supreme.
Yeah, I mean, it's the game that we love. The way you play the game that we love is good fundamentals, team play, playing together. And yeah, genetexe, they look lost. Weren't able to draw any of the rotations here on Overpass at all. They were bundling themselves into a blender every round, basically.
Yeah, it's one of the things which is a bit confusing, because like we mentioned, the genetexe map pool consists of almost entirely nuke and Overpass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Overpass, they looked so uncomfortable on it. The style of play does not fit Overpass whatsoever. They'd be more suited to more of an Inferno, but they seem to hate that map. I think it would be much more effective for them if they at least went back to the drawing board, looked and started playing with rotations. Because again, like I mentioned, they played 5-man Counter-Strike to make up for the fact they had poor trading, poor spacing and poor teamwork, but then that just meant that they were super readable because they were all in one spot and they never rotated at all.
Yeah, and the thing that worries me is that if that is one of the maps that's in their map pool, what do the maps that aren't in their map pool look like? Because the T side was simple would be the polite way of putting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, incredibly basic. And I think if they want to continue and try and make a run deep into this tournament, they're going to need to change something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Well, that's us wrapped up for that game. And Intel, powered by Intel, Epic 40. And we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back for round 4. We'll see you then.
Hello Overclockers, welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's A-Tac when you need him?